Hello, Fightful Faithful. Uh, I just checked the calendar, and it turns out today's a Tuesday.
Sure
So,
is, Pumpkin.
yep. So there you
It's
go. I mean,
it's not just a Tuesday, Alex. It's
no,
a
yeah,
Tuesday in which NXT had a show,
okay.
and therefore we are doing the Sour Graps post show for May 26th, 2026. Very easy to type that as someone who's numerexic and dyslexic, by the
Mm.
way. So get in your super chats, get in your humper chats at humperchats.com, and do leave a thumbs up on this video. And I'm not just saying leave a thumbs up. I'm not saying, oh, give me your best Orange Cassidy. No, 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 no. We want the full straightened thumb,
The full one.
the full one. Hit that like button on this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Unless you don't want to be cool, because 221,000 other people have. Why wouldn't you want
I
to?
mean, why would you
Sometimes
want to
it's
be
good.
why would you want to be a conformist? And like just everyone else is doing it, so you should too. But you want to be a rebel. I'm here to tell you, in this particular case, you should not be a
There it
rebel.
is. There it is. Be like everyone else and
Yeah.
subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Also, head over to FightfulSelect.com where we broke news earlier today about the Ludwig Kaiser arrested for battery incident and the update that followed. Sources within WWE, this is very important that you guys understand that it's sources within WWE and not us saying this, believe that the story about him defending his girlfriend from ICE comments was planted. And the reason why that is, for explicit clarity, is that information surfaced from an unknown phone number. It didn't come from a WWE representative. It didn't come from him or her or the victim of the case. So that is why the prevailing belief is perhaps that was at least slanted. But yeah, FightfulSelect.com has tons of more information, scoops every day, a wonderful Discord that you can hang out in, support original reporting, and most importantly, you get me and Alex doing whatever we do on Mondays.
Yeah.
Playing Tomodachi Island with wrestlers, where we cannot get Shiloh
Right.
Hill and Tatum Paxley to fall in love on Tomodachi Island, which is...
We were so close. Tatum was so in love with him, and he was completely oblivious. And then he bored her so much talking to her that she says, "I don't love you anymore." I mean, that's rough. That's a rough one.
It's nice to have that gender role reversal, though.
It is nice.
It's
It is
special.
nice. But also this weekend, I mean, there's a clash. It's somewhere in Italy.
In Italia.
Yeah. So I on the main channel, I won't say the portmanteau that I've been using behind the paywall.
I think it's
'Cause
important that you don't.
I don't
want to
us
get
to
demonetized.
demonetized or banned for adult language. So I won't say that here, but yeah, we'll probably be talking about that tribal combat, whatever. Brock Lesnar not being retired anymore for some reason, just other things. We'll probably talk about that this weekend.
You know what's
so,
upsetting to me about this Clash
Yeah.
in Italy business?
Yeah,
I'm
what's
going to
that?
tell you what's upsetting to
Okay,
me
you
about
do
this.
that. Yes.
We have not had a in poor taste stereotype like there's been no like meatball mayhem or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like, honestly, Brock.
It's upsetting.
Brock versus Oba 2 needed a stip, and that stip needed to be a manja match, where it's just bottomless plates of pasta adorning what red checkered tablecloths with the big bottle of Chianti and the candle inside of it, and also two random dogs making out with spaghetti. Like,
Perfect.
let's get as Italian as we possibly can.
I would love the backlash, the famous at backlash promo to be like, in manja.
Yeah. Here we go.
You know what? F it. Pasta puns. I love it.
Pasta
Mwah.
puns. Yeah, any kind of pasta, any kind of Italian food dish. You want to get some gelato in there? I will not say no.
Oh man, I have to clear my throat.
Oh, look what it is. It's a beverage container.
Not just any beverage container. This is a Big Josh cup
Big
with 2
Josh
bears.
Cup with 2 bears who you can't see, but they are currently urinating from all the drugs.
They are so drugged out. I got to fill Cresta in about who Big Josh was on Friday, which was very exciting because she had no idea.
Oh,
Why would she?
Right. No, I get it.
Listen, you guys sent me so much stuff, and I'm so appreciative of all of it. I have more in the background. You sent me one of the Nigel McGuinness limited edition paintings from Rob. You sent me a Sour Grabs pillowcase. I got this on-air sign that I'll figure out how to get posted up. But this Big Josh cup is unbelievable.
That is
unbelievable. Of all the deep cuts,
that's the deepest of cuts.
That's the deepest of cuts.
Was that custom made? There's no way that's just being sold.
You would have to ask One LT Photo.
That's amazing.
It's unreal.
That's so great. So obviously everything has been unboxed already.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a child.
And we did promise an unboxing tonight. So I went ahead and got some things that I will be unboxing or at least unwrappering later, just to fulfill the promise that we made. The
one time we don't have a Blue Chew ad for this show. No? Unwrappering? Set me right up.
Okay. Apparently, Lieutenant Photo found it. Like somebody had it made.
And take a bus.
That's amazing. Somebody. That's the one copy anyone has ever bought that thing.
This is a collector's item.
Somebody
Matt Cardona, kiss my butt. There is no way that you have anything more rare than this Big Josh.
Somebody got a hold of a custom print service and bought those things by the gross, and has now sold one of them for you.
I would consider buying backups because I'm gonna wear this out. I don't know if anybody knows how I found out about Big Josh. But it was our dear friend Doc Mueller who told me that he was a 6-man champion alongside Dustin Rhodes and I believe Z-Man in WCW.
Yeah. Tom Zank, the Z-Man.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I was like, Big Josh? And he said yes. And I was like, I need to know more immediately. And then I found out about this. Yeah. I thought this is how drugged out the bears were. I was like, oh, that's funny. They brought fake bears to the ring. Because they were I was like, that's cute. That's fun. No, they were real and they were drugged.
Yeah.
Big Josh would freaking they should give Josh Briggs Big Josh's gimmick.
That should be they should just call him Big Josh.
Yeah.
Give him the lumberjack gimmick.
And the bears.
He
was not that far off when he first came up.
Only one bear, and it's actually Inamura in a suit. It's Inamura in a bear suit. It's just an obvious bear suit that but he's still peeing. He's still peeing as he runs down the ramp.
I was gonna say it should be Bear Bronson.
It could be. Yeah, that's true.
Nice crossover there.
NXT.
It happened.
It did. Right? It did. We are motoring toward nothing because nothing's been announced. We don't know what is there's not we have to set up all of these big feuds for the next play, and we don't know when that is. So this feels very holding pattern-y.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we've called ahead to the tower and we're trying to get clearance to land. However, who knows how long that's going to be? I'm sorry, none of you who are trying to make your connecting flights to Honolulu are going to get there today. That's what just this feels like, kind of. So, yeah.
It also they have so many new people they have to establish.
Yeah, they do.
And they got bled so dry because twice this year there were these call-ups. So I mean this in almost an unsourgraps way. Like, it's going to be a little boring for a while. And I don't mean that as a super negative thing of NXT's boring. What I mean is there's just so many people we have to get to know. It's almost like we're starting from, I don't want to say from scratch, but like, it's crazy to me. This is a perfect example. Shiloh Hill did not get here that long ago. He's one of the most established people on the show right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's more, we're in this holding pattern because we aren't really building to anything, to your point, but also it's just like, they just have this really tough task right now of introducing so many people and making them feel important. And they're doing so under a developmental umbrella. So it's like they're also learning and adjusting. It is a tall task, but it made for, I'm going to say, not the most exciting episode of NXT that we've ever had, but also not the most egregious episode of NXT that we've ever seen. So I'll take it.
Yeah, I just want to call attention. We are getting Italian food dish puns. Antonio Gnocchi from Greg Cherry. That's the one to beat, folks.
Oh my God!
I want you all to realize this is the leader. You have to be if you want to win the completely made up best pun of the night competition.
In which there are no stakes.
No
except
stakes.
pride.
There's no prize. There's nothing. You just want.
What, you guys? Or you think we're just gonna go giving away big Josh cups or something? That ain't happening.
Antonio Gnocchi. That is honestly what we should do with the other big Josh cups. Figure out who makes the big Josh cups. We got to buy 100.
Order a dozen.
And give them out one per week. We'll send you. You send us a self-addressed stamped envelope. We're gonna cram in this big Josh cup and send it to your house.
Incredible.
Antonio Gnocchi. Honestly, it's true. It might be pun of the year.
It's up. It's certainly up
that's
there.
Easily a top 5 pun we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Antonio
Gnocchi is unreal.
That's
unreal.
Whoa, man, that's so good. Okay. So we started out with poor Wren Sinclair, who is the speed champion, being served on a platter to somebody else this week. It is this is a thing that they like to do with her, where she comes out and she's great, but wouldn't you know it, she's got a bad wheel. So we know she's never going to win this thing. So let's try and protect her a little bit. You know what I mean? Let's we're gonna hit you with a bus, but you're wearing some bubble wrap. That you're protected, kind of. You're protected, kind of.
Darby Allin's like, that's enough for me. I'm good.
Yeah, she's the sitting, I guess, and also standing. I don't know why it would happen to be sitting, but she's the sitting and standing, also laying down, speed champion, and she's just out there losing matches. And I understand why for this particular context that would make sense, but also I just hate when you decided to put a belt on somebody and then okay, well now you're gonna lose all your matches except for the ones maybe that your belt's on the line. So one thing I do like about this is that Kelani finding all different kinds of ways to attack the hurt leg.
Yes,
that was
very cool.
There was a thing there was a thing that she did in the ropes that I'd never seen before, where she got Wren upside down and pulled her leg over the top rope and then just leaned back on the apron and cranked on it. So it was like she was basically doing a calf crusher in the rope.
Watch more Zack Sabre Jr. matches and you will have seen that before then. But if you're telling me Kelani Jordan is pulling stuff out of Zack Sabre Jr.'s bag, I ain't mad about that. This was a really good... First of all, Kelani needed the win. So I am with you in that I don't like champions getting pinned and I don't like champions looking weak. Bookmark that for a second. Kelani really needed a win here, and she's come a long way from gymnastics, Alex. She has, and seeing there be an in-ring story here was nice, and seeing women get an in-ring story like this was really nice. With Wren, she's one of those talents where she's going to make everything work, and whenever that's the case, and AEW and every promotion is actually pretty guilty of this, in my opinion. like they take for granted the fact that someone's going to be over so much that they just book them to lose all the time because it's not going to hurt them. And I understand that temptation because that's honestly, as a wrestling company, a gift. Like that's such a rare thing that you strike. But I don't want the story of Kendal and Wren to be Wren is quirky and bad and Kendal is very good. Like I don't think the influence of Kendal should be that ignored on Wren. Like that has to be a two-sided dynamic, and you can't have like Kendal influencing Wren and having her lose all the time. But that being said, I actually really liked this match for the reason that you mentioned, like the constant targeting of the leg. I love stories like that because I'm a technical wrestling fan, and I really love when women get stories like that because I feel like it's all too rare. And Kelani, week over week, is just finding her groove, I feel like, as a heel. She's been heel for a while, but like she has a really easy to get behind moveset on the whole, so it makes you naturally want to cheer for her. So her finding ways to look a little more vicious, I think, is a really good thing. But this was kind of a perfect opener to an episode that, as you pointed out, we're kind of not building to anything. So the consequences of this matches was not like a very heavy thing here. There were not like a lot of stakes.
No, there weren't. It is, this is just more of, I know it's the job of the heel commentator to be a hypocrite, but the way Booker is a hypocrite, it's just so silly. You know what I mean? Again, not to use words that are
Alex.
That I don't want. I know I wanted to stop us from getting demonetized earlier, and I think I just did it now on accident. But yeah, no, you know what? Screw it. It's silly.
Oh my God, my ears!
It's silly. I said it. It's silly. It's silly the way he says it.
Stop it! Next thing you know, we're going to be tagged for unregulated goods for saying the name of Solo Sikoa's faction.
Yeah. See, he says just the most random things, and then Vic Joseph will try and steer him away from whatever he's saying, that like, you just contradicted the same thing that you said 15 seconds ago. I don't want anyone to recognize this, so I'm just going to try and be like, so, if Wren Sinclair were to win this match, what does that do for her career? And then he just doesn't answer the question, but talks for 30 straight seconds. And then Vic Joseph has to get back to calling the action as though that didn't just happen. It's I won't use the word again, but it starts with S. Silly little goose. Yeah, there you go.
Don Castle said a stupid, naive, silly little goose, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
But Alex, we have a greeting from my father.
Oh, yes?
Who says he's glad I'm back at the microphone, Kate. We missed you. Your mother, sister, and I were rooting for you alongside J.W. Pringle. I am feeling much better.
Good.
I'm not like a big fan of taking anything that's like a mind-altering substance, but I'll tell you what, muscle relaxers, very helpful.
What about a hip-altering substance?
That's, you know what? That's why I was on board, because my hip needed to be altered. I have diverticulitis, as you know.
Yeah.
Some nasty heel is going to be targeting my hip for the next year of my life, and that's the only story you're going to hear.
Yeah. Every single match that you wrestle.
Unless Jon Moxley kidnaps me and takes me away. And is like, this is how you fix your hip. And I'm like, oh, I'm so vicious now.
Marina Shafir is going to take your hip and just do snap, snap. And you're like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
Oh my God, I feel amazing. Thank you.
That's awesome.
If Marina Shafir was like, can I? I'd just be like, yeah, whatever, girl. Whatever you want to do. And I know I'm not alone in that.
Yes. Vic Joseph keeps saying, well, you won things for sure. You know is that Wren Sinclair is never going to give up. She doesn't have it in her. The word quit is not in her vocabulary. The one thing we know for certain is that she will never tap out, and then she tapped out.
She's basically Rick Astley because she's never going to give it up, never going to
No.
let it down. Like
No.
that's not her. But then yes, there's something I genuinely love about wrestling commentary of like if a wrestling commentator is like, oh, that's got to be it, you know that person is kicking out. This was like the inverse of that, where they were like, well, you know she's never going to give into a submit. Okay, that means she's absolutely going to give up here. So
Yeah, yeah. But it was a very brutal looking submission.
yes,
That one I have seen before. It was really well done. And yeah, no, Wren couldn't get out of it. And then Kelani kept it on, and Kendal got on the apron and said, "Hey, stop it!" And eventually, Kelani just did. Like I thought it, but she did it without Kendal like having to get into the ring or like threaten her in any way.
I know you're not on the internet much, but there was a viral reel a while ago that was like, hey, Scram, get out of here. That's kind of what Kendall Gray had going here. Of this like wonderful, non-binary, delightful human being who was like, Scram, get out of here. It was giving that. It was giving that. And Kelani was just like, all right, you know what? I already won the match. I'm going to pick my battles. Deuces.
Yeah. It was.
You know who would love a match like this? The viciousness and
Yeah.
the technical aspect is Antonio Inoki.
Yeah, he would. He
would love that.
Yeah, man, he would. Yeah, he would. So this Kendal and Kelani thing will continue because they want to keep them separated. You gotta keep them separated.
Thank you, because I was just about to say, much like The Offspring.
Yeah. We have to keep them apart from the main title picture so we can artificially keep
them apart from the main title picture so we can artificially
extend Lola Vice's title reign.
Vice's title reign. Dun, 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 dun. Gotta keep them apart from the main title picture so we can artificially extend Lola Vice's title reign. Dun, 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 dun. Nailed it.
Hey! Come out and shake your butt because you're Latina. So Tatum Paxley's backstage, and she's talking to Lizzie Rain. Gosh, I'm really sorry that you got caught up in the crossfire of Zarya. She's so obsessed with my title. And Lizzie says, well, I am not going to let this stand. So we are artificially keeping two different people away from two different women's titles right now because we only have so many ideas. But she says it with a British accent.
But verbatim what you said. Yeah, that was the only difference.
So I've got to go and deal with Zarya to keep her artificially away from your title until the next PLE, which is yet to be announced. So I'm going to go and do that with Shiloh Hill, who is now my friend because he is your friend, and he is, according to you, very good at scheming. Heavy metal.
Can you just say title again real quick?
Title.
Thank you. That just made my day. I'm a happy camper now.
Yeah. So yes. Tristan Angels does come in, and he says, "I'm not impressed with the people that are on your list of." Shiloh Hill says, "That's just the analog version. The digital version is much longer because it's the clipboard. It's the analog version." And he starts listing off all these people who definitely didn't sign his petition. Tristan Angels is like, who was the first one he mentioned? That person's dead. And then there was somebody else, and then but he says Papa Shango. Mike Tyson's in there, but he says Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, we went to a theater camp together. He's a big wrestling fan, which please tell me that's true. Like Shiloh Hill going to theater camp with Timothy Chalamet when they were both 12 is the thing that I need to be an accurate statement.
Big week for Timothy Chalamet between Danhausen wanting to sit next to him at Knicks games and him getting this NXT mention.
Yeah.
Man, I think we've said repeatedly, certainly I have, that wrestling is like one of the most just unnatural things in the world because of the complexities of it. I don't know if I've seen someone effortlessly take like a duck to water the way Shiloh Hill has as far as like an ambitious character that is like very nuanced and weird, because he can make this work on comedic levels, on serious levels, on I think people underestimate how hard it is to make a character like this work on an interpersonal dynamic level with other characters in NXT. He's just doing a fantastic job with this. And this Alex, this just tickled me. This like everybody who was definitely supporting him for reals, including Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. So
Big Josh should have been on the list.
Should have been on the list.
Take notes, Shiloh Hill.
Dork State comes out, and they're even more dorky. Listen. I don't know fashion. We've talked about this before. I'm not up on what is current in
What's
any
hip?
of the boutiques. But I do know that certain people can pull off certain looks and certain people can't. And I don't feel like Osiris Griffin and Ricky Saints can shop at the same store for the pants and sockless loafer combination. That is just not like hot. Like those are capris. When you get a man who is built like and looks like Osiris Griffin, and you put him in very bold plaid capris, no socks, and like boat shoes, and be like, I'm really tough. Watch me cut a tough promo. That just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like it may be like a hip thing to wear like overall, but for that character, it absolutely does not work. It doesn't.
Here I thought Devil Wears Prada 2 was going to be all the fashion that was going to hold us over until the end of summer, but Alex has come in here with some fashion tips. I will agree, it seems like a very specifically European look. Like,
it does.
And he does not seem very specifically European. Like,
not.
That feels very much... Kyle Fletcher has worn similar things like this.
Sure.
Gunther has done like the
right.
no socks and loafers and higher pant thing. And I agree with you that it doesn't necessarily feel like something he would wear. But Alex, I am embarrassingly still in skinny jeans from Kohl's, and we are in straight and wide leg worlds now. The kids have brought back. Yeah, that's what I'm told.
Okay, cool. Everything's cyclical. So
It is.
I totally get it.
Can you show up what graphic tee do you have on tonight? Speaking of fashion.
It's the original select
A classic.
screen for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game.
That kind of rules. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
Who was your turtle? Who's your guy?
Well, see, this is the sticking point for me, because my guy, as a kid watching the cartoon, was always Michelangelo, because he was fun. He was like, whoa, dude. He was like, he was basically Bill and Ted as a turtle, and he loved pizza. He loved pizza, and the nunchucks are objectively the coolest weapon.
Of Of course they are.
Okay, so then the problem with that is that the nunchucks in the game have really terrible reach, so he's not a good character to use. And then when the movie came out, obviously the best turtle becomes Raphael because somehow this turtle among all of them has a New York accent and just decides he's going to fight 40 dudes at once and then nearly dies. Like he's the coolest guy. I love Raphael in the original Ninja Turtle movie. But the knives he carries, those have even worse reach in the video game, so you can't beat him. So you're left with either being Donatello, the geek, and like who was like, as a geek when I was a kid, I didn't want to play as the geek because then everybody would know I was a geek, or Leonardo, who nobody likes Leonardo. He's the guy who just decides I'm the leader. And nobody likes that guy. No. That guy sucks.
He's going around calling himself QB1 of the Ninja Turtles. Like it's
he is absolutely the Cody Rhodes of the Ninja Turtles. Like if he got a big American flag tattoo on the side of his green neck, he would not be any more the Cody Rhodes of the.
Oh my God! If you're talking about the video game, you need 3 crossroads just to defeat your opponent.
So,
brutal.
So that's the thing is that the actual correct answer
is
to use in the video game is Donatello.
I don't want to go on the record here. Mm-hmm. I think Shawn's turtle is also Donatello, but I don't know if it's for the same motivations and reasons. But this is important Fightful information, I feel like.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that we paused the review to talk about this.
I know, normally we are so streamlined.
We're so just getting down to the nitty-gritty, in and
Let's
out.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
45 minutes and we're out. Like, that's how it goes with us.
No gimmicks here, brother.
Then they're all just wearing various colors, various weird things in black, and telling why they got rid of Saquon Sugars, and the reason is because, unlike them, he wasn't a Division I athlete who came here directly from college or the practice squad of the New Orleans Saints, he was an indie wrestler and therefore not. I didn't have the bona fides that they did. And brother, let me tell you how much I hate when they do this crap.
They go to this well a lot. Like they
do a lot.
Remember 15 years ago when Baron Corbin did this? Like I feel like we do this too much. But I will say, like, I don't know what other justification you come up with.
Right.
Like we try to provide alternatives when we don't like something when we can, right? What is your excuse for getting rid of your best member? It's kind of a tough.
The thing is that they say that he's the last pick. That like he was the guy who joined the group last because they knew the other 3 needed to be in the group, and then they were like, yeah, sure, we'll take this guy, you know. And I'm like, I feel like you're retconning the way this would have worked, but then again, they had the opportunity to just make Saquon Sugars the leader of the group. I don't know, a year ago, and then they didn't. So,
or to follow through on the story of like them being jealous about each other's titles and stuff, you could just say if they had followed through with that, they could have done Saquon Sugars thinking as a face that he was helping.
Yeah.
Right? And then them saying, like, his head is too big, he's taking up too much real estate around here. So I agree with you that the justification is weak, but as much as the justification is weak, I'm just so sick of, I was a real athlete at an institution, and it went so well for me that I couldn't go pro. So now I'm here, versus you've been doing this longer than me, and that means you're lame. Like, I'm never going to subscribe to it, and on top of that, we've just, like, Lone Wolf Baron Corbin kind of actually did this pretty well. I feel like that was the thing that made him stand out a little bit. Yeah. So I don't know, like, I'm a little exhausted on it, but I also feel like I'm concerned about the well-being of the group because they let go of their best member. Like, I feel like it was the right decision, and I also don't know where that leaves these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Saquon Sugars is going to be a breakaway star.
Yeah, well, here's where it leaves them. Later, there's two more scenes involving Dork State. It is we get Miles talking to Tavion. Tavion, like, I don't know how many times I have to say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cost you the match. It's like, yeah, but you did, and it doesn't matter because the guy who pinned you has a match against Tony D. So somehow him pinning you gets him a match against the world champion of our company. So he didn't even choose to face you. So you're fine. I don't know what's going on. And Miles doesn't like that. And then they're both bum rushed by Dork State, who beat the hell out of both of them. And so we're just more Dion Lennox and Miles Bourne matches, which I feel like we've had our quota of for the year.
Sure.
Even if the number is 2, it's enough. I don't know what else you could do with these two guys. Like, they're fine together, but they're not like setting the world on fire. And
Miles Bourne's not dropping to him. Like, I think that's obvious. So it's kind of like, eh.
So, and I was kind of liking cocky Tavion.
Me too.
So if this is like to turn him back babyface because they have a common enemy now type of deal, I don't know. That, I guess that's fine. And then an hour and a half later, at the very end of the show, after the main event, they come out of the door to the parking lot, like super riding high from beating up two guys an hour and a half ago. And because they're all their adrenaline still pumping from, again, I cannot stress this enough, an hour and a half ago. And then like, wow, yeah, ain't nobody safe. And they walk off. And then way up in the background, standing on top of the roof, looking down at them, is one sleeve Batman.
That's right.
Is that's what we're gonna call Saquon Sugars from now. He's one sleeve Batman. He's a vigilante who's keeping an eye on these guys, and he'll strike exactly what is. He'll use his utility belt, and sure. He'll throw a batarang.
So when I said, like, I worry about what's next for these guys, I more mean on the macro scale of, like, tag team wrestling in WWE is bad. Like, it's in a very, very bad spot. And when it's bad on the main roster, usually what they do is they'll, like, compensate with teams from the outside and they'll call up teams from NXT. Other than Hank and Tank, who the hell do you call up? Like, there's nobody right now. No. And because they don't, sometimes what's on the main roster gets reflected in NXT. And what I don't want is for tag team wrestling to die across the entire company. And it feels like that's what's happening. They are clearly it's a rebuilding year, right? I think that much has been established in NXT. So it's more the long-term path of this stable that never quite found its footing. Where do they go without their leader in the grand scheme of things? Because it feels like they dropped the ball on the floor, Alex.
They did. Yeah.
Like a floor ball situation, which you would know all about.
No, yeah, I know. Like a ball on the floor would be the beginning of every floorball game.
And, like, sometimes, to be honest, I just feel like I feel conflicted because I don't know whether it's morally acceptable for me to bet on floorball, knowing I co-host with someone with so much floorball knowledge, information. Right. Like, it almost feels like I have an inside track.
Right.
Even though that's not technically true because you're not in the floorball game anymore proper.
No, right.
But I do hem and haw about it.
Yeah.
But I do know if I was going to place money on any floorball match, game, whatever it may be, or any more traditional sport, if I wanted to bet on Charlie Puth and how much he's going to aura farm during the national anthem like Sean Ross Sapp makes money, or if I wanted to bet on wrestling, it would be at MyBookieAG.
At MyBookie AG, they say that you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. And they mean it. NBA, NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball, UFC, pro wrestling. But that's not it. Motorsports, golf, tennis, darts, cycling, cricket, handball, floorball, rugby, snooker, volleyball, table tennis, cycling. Yeah, you can bet on it at MyBookie AG. They got the best support system in the business. We only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. But go take advantage of being able to bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. They got live esports, they got racing, they got everything at MyBookie AG. And right now, get a $50 bonus when you deposit $100 or a $100 bonus when you deposit $200. You can bet with Bitcoin and play their great casino games as well. MyBookie AG.
You know what I would do with my winnings from all my floorball betting? And I would only bet what I couldn't bet responsibly.
Right.
Buy the
Yeah.
bulk.
Yeah.
Buy the damn bulk. I would be buying
Yeah.
Big Josh mugs. Or,
Yep.
what are these called? Not mugs.
Tumblers?
Tumblers.
Yeah.
Tumblers. That's what I would do.
Tom LaValle says Alex's influence is all over modern floorball.
You know what's so special about it too, Alex, is like you were an innovator, obviously, but you were not.
Right.
You did not abandon the fundamentals.
No.
You didn't. Like
No.
you did not abandon technique for this
No.
flashy floorball style. And some
Can't do
floorball
it.
players, man, all flash, no finesse.
That's right. Yeah. Can't even want that anymore. So okay. We got backstage. Wren is being checked on by the doctor and by Kendal Gray, and up walks Kelly Armstrong, and again, see, here's the deal. I'm a big proponent of violence doesn't need to solve every issue in wrestling, but sometimes you need the threat of it, otherwise you look weak.
Yes.
Kendal today watched her best friend get extracurricular worked over by Kelani, and didn't do anything about it, and then got into the ring, and Kelani like just mad dogged her and stood over like injured Wren and Kendal and looked down on them and didn't stand up and get up in her face. And then later, as they were in the training room, Kelly Armstrong comes in and says, look at Kendal. You're looking as weak as your friend over there. And Kendall's just like, yeah, I guess I am kind of weak. And I'm like, this is not what we're trying. Are we like, she should be like, I don't take any crap from anybody type of thing. Like, I'm not fighting you right here, but get in the ring and tell me that. That should be your whole thing. Like, I know I can beat you in the ring. I'm not going to start a fight with you in the trainer's room, but I would like to have a match with you about it, Kelly Armstrong. Yeah. And Kelly's like, I got bigger fish to fry than you. You know what I mean? And like, let that stick under Kendall's skin. Eventually, they are going to get in the ring and fight each other. They're building that up. But the problem with it is that she first has to face Kelani. Well, if she's going to first have to face Kelani, then have her stand up to Kelani when Kelani is getting all over. You know what I mean? So you're just not having her stand up to people. And that's, you got to at least make her look like she would fight if she had to. This one, like, they're making her look twice tonight. Like, she really doesn't want to deal with either of these women. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's not the Kendal that I saw over two
those vignettes,
12-minute vignettes talking about, like, you know, getting bit in the face by a dog at a family barbecue.
I think Callie is so great, and her personality is I don't want to say her personality is big because that almost implies that it's like put on, but her presence is like
Yeah, it's very big.
she's someone that when they walk in a room, you're paying attention in a really, really good way. So you need to bite back, because she when she's there to like take it all, I believe it, and I don't understand the point of an alliance where someone doesn't defend you.
No,
Like,
yeah.
I would want to fight someone if they were mean to Alex more than even if they were mean to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
people that got a problem with Alex,
Yeah.
people that got a problem with Joel Pearl, especially 50 and up, even, I'll take you on too. But I agree with you that this kind of made it look more weak. I'm wondering if we're gonna get a couple weeks of this, of her being badgered until she's like, you know what? But I agree that takes too long. Like, she should be pissed off and ready to fight because she could take someone out. She's really good.
Yeah.
So let us believe she has the same confidence in her that we do.
I mean, here's the other thing. The real feud they're going to put her in is with Kelani. So have her challenge Kelly Armstrong to a match, and during that match, Kelani Jordan comes out and either costs Kendal or attacks her, and Kelly doesn't give a shit because it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like that's a good way of like having her set up to Kelly, giving Kelly a win, because right now she's just mostly talking. And I feel like you kind of need her to be the kind of woman who likes fighting more than talking. And it progresses the Kelani and Kendal story. I don't love matches that are there for the sake of a DQ finish, but that would be better than just having Kendal sit there while Kelly talks down to her.
I agree.
Because that's So, anyway, Lola Vice comes in somewhere in there. Kelly Armstrong is looking at the title, and Lola's like, "What are you looking at?" My motivation. And so this is, again, everyone kind of circling everybody else kind of just makes it feel like you really don't know what the hell you're doing. And also it makes it feel like we really don't know what we're building toward. So we're just throwing an Izzi Dame for the women's world title match on a random Tuesday, when like immediately after Lola won the title, the first person who came out to say I want that is Izzi Dame, and you spent weeks building up to this random Tuesday match that, we'll talk more about it later, but just ends up being a regular match. So like I feel like there's the double-edged sword. So often in WWE, they're building toward three things at the same time, and that's really tough.
Yeah.
But also when you're not building toward anything, when there's nothing on the public schedule for us to like
Bookmark. Yeah.
Like maybe they know what they're building toward, but they haven't announced that yet, a date for something. So we don't know what we don't have like, okay, well, there's 6 more episodes of TV, so they're going to start building these matches or whatever. Right now we're just treading water, and it just feels kind of aimless.
It's a little odd too, because like you said, when you're building 3 things at once, that's really tough. The tricky thing with that is when you do it right, it's great, but it's really hard to do right. Building toward a TV title defense can make wrestling TV feel really compelling, which I appreciate. But I don't know if this feud was super compelling, and part of it is because the Izzi Dame side of it is about the like dissension within the Culling and less about the actual title itself. And also, not the fault of the performers at all. Like, Izzi lost her way up to this, so it doesn't feel viable. And we were talking about this with AEW, actually. Like, title win inevitability just brings it down. For me, it brings it down a notch or two. For you, it makes it like very, very unexciting, like almost unwatchable, or watching with the what's the point kind of filter in your head. So if Izzy was like on a tear because of the way NXT books like the Wild West, that would be kind of cool. Of like, oh, well, who knows? Because Lola kind of won unexpectedly, and they throw around titles like crazy. Maybe Izzy will just win, and who knows? With the women's division in particular, I feel like I say this once a month. I'm so bummed that they took the tag titles away, because in the NXT environment, above any other wrestling environment, there's so many interpersonal dynamics to a point where it's annoying half the time. But on the women's side, even as depleted as they got, there's still so much talent there, and there's so many stories revolved around relationships that it really. I hope maybe you can call Hickenbottom at some point, like on the phone to put something in Triple H's ear, because I really feel like we're so eaten up by these stupid speed titles that don't mean anything. Like if you had the women's tag titles, they could do some interesting storytelling around it, and I really miss them. And for the things like with Tater and Izzy, and with Wren and Kendal and things like that, like that they're made for that. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's a little rough. So there's also Layla Diggs is having her debut match against Jaida Parker. Before the match, Natty comes in. It's like, hey, I'm glad to see somebody has the guts to stand up to Jaida Parker. Someone should should disrespect. Someone should show her how to treat a legend. And Layla's like, yeah, they don't call you low key legend for nothing. I'm going to be in your corner for this match. Oh, okay, sounds great. And it's just this isn't what I wanted. So it just feels so cookie cutter, and it's like I really was very excited about her showing up and saying Jaida Parker's gone soft, and Jaida coming to her and keeping at her instead of like let me conscript this rookie to try and beat some respect into her. Like what it should be is after because Jaida Parker then goes out while wearing a bandana and beats Layla Diggs in less than 4 minutes. Layla Diggs goes for her picturesque moonsault that she does.
Incredible.
Water in the pool. No water in the pool. Jaida Parker hits the hypnotic, and then the old Baldo bomb, the choke bomb that Albert used, which I love. I love the hypnotic as a setup move. I think that's a perfectly fine thing for her to use as the finish.
Sure.
The old Baldo bomb. She wins. Rather than Natty standing there and looking like consternated about this, she should have gotten in the ring and said, like, that's what I wanted to see. That's the old Jaida Parker. Where has that been? If you want to win a championship, you call me, because I can make this seem like nothing. You know what I mean? And I want that. I wanted to light a fire under you, and it looks like I did. And now we're actually going to mold you into something. Like, that's to me so much more interesting than I don't like that you beat my hand-picked rookie. I'm very upset about this. This feels so.
I think Shawn was on the post show yesterday, said that the Raw women's roster is like between like 11 and 13 women or something. It's like Natty can't get on TV And the reason that came up is because nobody gives a shit about the women's world title. Like it's so sad that Liv Morgan has no challengers at all.
Natty should just walk up to
And
Liv
punch her in the face.
and punch her in the face, and then you can get a low key legend Natty match against Liv. Really put Liv through her paces. Eventually, obviously, Roxanne Perez interferes and Liv retains. But what the fact that no one has attempted to do this and they're not justifying it in any way. It's like at least do a thing where like this is something also that it's something I've been asking them to do for the men for a very long time. Liv Morgan would be perfect for it. Oh, you can have a match against me for my title if you beat her. And it's Raquel Rodriguez. And like Raquel Rodriguez is this big tough bruiser, and a bunch of women want the title match. Like all I got to do to get a title match against you is beat her. I can figure out a way to do that. And just you can't. Like just every week Raquel Rodriguez beats another woman in 6 minutes. And like you could actually do that would make Raquel seem intimidating. And the woman who finally does beat Raquel Rodriguez all of a sudden is a serious threat to Liv Morgan. If you're not going to have Liv Morgan defend the title ever, at least find some reason on the show why she's not doing that, and then build somebody to be the person who really deserves that title shot through that. But
It's embarrassing, quite frankly. Like the depth of women's wrestling is so strong across every brand, and the amount of screen time and the stories being built right now is pathetic. Like, and that's not just WWE. But all that to say, like, if you're gonna have Natty, I feel like they did this with Natty and they were like, "Well, see, it didn't get over. Pull her off TV." And it's like, because you did it in the worst way possible. Like, it was so poorly rolled out. And I think there's a lot of potential, and it's really, really cool. And it's a really good use of her if you're going to have her stick around NXT for a little bit to build up some of these women for real. Like, and outside of kayfabe, she's got the whole dungeon, right? Like, it's such a special thing she does, and everybody has glowing things to say about this woman. So I wish they would do that. I wish they would build a dojo for her. Like, I don't know why in wrestling, but they did that with Serena Deeb, right? She had the Deeb dojo, and she came out with a big flag and no other people. It's like, can we just give these women who are awesome at technical wrestling some minions, please? But I agree with you, because it's also the same thing that they do every time they pull an NXT, like a main roster woman down to NXT. They did it with Shayna. They've done this with Natty in the past. Like, it's the same formula they run every time, and I would love to see it get switched up. And this version of Natty is the perfect person to have it switched up with.
Yeah. Okay. So the men's speed tournament. The first match between Shawn Legacy and DVD Dorian Van Dukes is great, and they allow Dorian to do a lot of just hard hitting, crazy, like just I move fast and I outweigh you. And I'm just gonna run into you really, really hard. I made that
He's a special athlete. He really is.
But they didn't have him do a whole bunch of flippy do stuff like they had him do in the match we saw before. So this was a kind of a cool, like another version of this. Felt like more like heel Pac, where like he can go off the top rope, but he's he's just running really fast and kicking you really hard. And like, or giant lariats, and I kind of feel like that's a cool place for him to land in NXT, because there's nobody else who's like that, where you can do top rope maneuvers, but you don't rely on them, and because you can do all these other things as well. I think that might be better. the Shawn Legacy and him have a back and forth match. It gets down to the final 30 seconds, and you can tell by the rhythm of it, nobody's winning this.
Yes.
And event, and
Yeah.
just the way that they were putting it together, and eventually they go up to the top rope with 3.5 seconds left and hit a Shawn Legacy hits a top rope Spanish fly uh, as the clock ticks down, and so it's a time limit draw, which means neither man moves on, which means the winner of the other semifinals gets Lexus King. And there was a point where I was like, the other one ends in a time limit draw, maybe, and Lexus King gloats about how I don't have to face anybody, and then Robert Stone comes out and says, "No, you have to face all four of them in a fatal 5-way." Like, I was like, maybe that's
Don't hate
what
that.
all this is for. Like the story of like Dorian Van Dukes and Shawn Legacy respecting each other, like neither of them can beat the other one in 3 minutes, which like, yeah, I kind of feel like there's a lot of these matches that probably shouldn't be over in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because if you were just having a regular match, nothing anybody did to you in the first 3 minutes would pin you. So why would it do it in this particular match? Just because you have to book it that way. So they'll probably do another match, but this time with no time limit. It'll go 11 minutes, and one of them will pin the other one, and we'll see what happens. But uh, then we see backstage Birthright being interviewed and Lexus King saying it doesn't matter who wins this next match because I'm the fastest man alive. And this is where the first time I took notice that the other half of the bracket involved Nathan Frazer, and I was like, oh man, like just how great that guy is when you let him be great,
Yeah.
and how you don't even let him to be on television on SmackDown. So uh, it was cool to have him back. He does say, "There's no way you're the fastest man alive. Uh, eh, I'm faster than you." And Lexus King is like, "That's yet to be determined," or something. Axiom is also there because why not have him show up too? They do World Cup jokes, which I didn't pretend to understand. And then the match between he and Romeo Moreno, who we just saw lose
Yes.
in 4 minutes, which in not a speed match last week. This match is good, and Nathan Frazer is very fast, and Romeo Moreno is, you can tell, very talented. It ends up, they frantically go toward the finish, and a very scary moment as Nathan Frazer's foot slipped off the top rope. Well, he did a superplex with one leg because
Absurd. Yeah.
he got no push off the other one because literally his foot wasn't on the top rope as he did the superplex. And I was like, that was a great way of paralyzing both of you. But it didn't. Everything was fine. And she tried to go into like the the Seth Rollins style superplex into Falcon Arrow, but Moreno countered it into a small package and pinned him. And so we're going to watch Romeo Moreno in 3 matches in 3 weeks because he's going to face Lexus King next week. He'll be 1-2 in 3 matches in 3 weeks. So that is that's the way they're starting out. Frazer and he shook hands afterwards. I fail to see why Frazer is here in this match when it could have just been EK Prosper, but they made it be like, oh, now it's people from different countries because one guy's from Spain and another guy's from Belgium and this other guy is from a tiny island called Jersey and the other guy is from the United States, which is technically a different country than the other 3 countries. And honestly, you didn't have to do that. There's nobody was like, hey, let's do a World Cup speed tournament. Nobody said that. So it could have just been EK Prosper,
Sure.
and you could do the same exact finish if you wanted to put Romeo Moreno over, to bring back Nathan Frazer to give him a 3-minute match, just because. But that's 3 more minutes that he's been wrestling on TV in the last several months.
Alex, you know I'm morally and ethically opposed to the speed title.
I know you are.
That being said, they're actually not doing a bad job with it. Like, I inherently don't like ruining the art of the 4-minute match, which I believe is by nature of this title what they're doing. But they have found creative ways to work within it. I will admit out loud on the internet, if I'm going to complain about something on the internet, which I do every week a lot, I have to give credit where it's due. And they've done a decent job with these. Like, considering what we see on the whole, to be honest, but considering, like, how confined this is and the fact that this title is just constant tournaments. Like, that's this whole title is, you want it, here's the tournament to support it. They actually do find creative ways to lay out these 4-minute matches. So I do want to give credit there. It is so, this is not NXT's fault, it is so embarrassing that Nathan Frazer and Axiom are back here for this. It is so embarrassing. The fact that they are nowhere to be seen in the tag title picture is, I'm going to say a bad word, it's fucking embarrassing. Like, it when you look at what's going on the main roster with these tag titles, the fact that Fraxium can't even sniff them, and considering who they cut, and you still don't give these guys a shot, and on top of that, the fucking Creeds are caught up in this Americano bullshit, is embarrassing. WWE should be embarrassed by their talent usage of the following people. Nathan Frazer, Axiom, Julius Creed, Brutus Creed, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, the entire women's division on Raw. Embarrassing talent usage. And considering the fact that the main roster gutted their tag team division and let go of legendary and beloved tag teams in the last round of cuts, and that didn't even make way for this, when there's no tag teams really ready to be called up for NXT, maybe except Hank and Tank, it is embarrassing that they are back here for this. There's no excuse for it. None of that's NXT's fault. Nathan Frazer is incredible. I love watching him work. Romeo Moreno seems great, and we knew that from what we knew of him on the Indies and things like that. My only complaint, actually, other than just not liking the speed title in general, which is a me thing, some of these guys should not be confined to this picture because they're so desperate for talent and to be in like star making mode that like when you have these guys getting called up into such a limited framework, I don't know if that's a good idea. But it's not my show, so what can I do about that? But when you see these flashes of these guys, I'm like, well, I don't want them to be like in a speed division. Like, I don't want them to be like, God, I really need that speed title because the men's division just needs it so much. So, like, Miles Bourne desperately needs contenders outside of what he's doing, right? So I would love to see these people getting established in a bigger way. But from the matches we're actually getting, it's not bad. I just inherently don't like what this picture is. So they're doing well within the framework that they're challenged with.
Yes, I would like it to be, I guess, more of a constant thing as opposed to here's a tournament. It's actually 2 qualifying matches, and then the winner of that has a match for the speed title. We take a month off where the speed champion doesn't do anything, and then we start this. We randomly decide this day, this week, we're doing the tournament again. And so, like, I'd rather it be more constant. But
you had this criticism, complimentary, about AEW too with the TNT title of like it would be so cool if there was a rhythm of there's a 4-way to determine and then a defense and then what like I think all of American wrestling television could benefit from something like that. Of just one title, because there's so many damn titles, Alex.
Yeah.
That one title that has a flow of expectation, if you're not going to put special rules and stipulations on things or whatever, like, I think that it would really benefit products to have whatever happened to predictability, Alex. The Milkman, the Paperboy, rhythms for
Evening
your
TV.
titles. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think, as the old song goes.
Yeah. I've said it. If the TNT title is Collision is on TNT, the TNT champion every other week defends the title. The week that he's not defending the title, he's on commentary for a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match.
That would be sick.
So
like a rhythm like that would be amazing.
At the bottom of the hour, that match always happens in the middle of the thing, so that in the Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday. It's almost 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna tune in to watch whoever to watch the new contender get crowned, while the champ is watching it from ringside. And also, the following week I get to watch whoever wins that fatal 4-way, and like you could do a cool thing where the one somebody is in the fatal 4-way like 4 times in a row and doesn't ever get pinned, but doesn't ever pin anybody, and finally does. He gets the pin, and then he's the guy to become the next champion. We've actually watched that guy grow from a hey, how did he even get into this match, to man, we're all rooting for him, to he wins the number 1 contendership and then wins the title. Or he loses his first shot at the title, has to get back into the qualifier and then get back to it. You could do really cool stuff with that, because you could actually make it into something. You could do the same thing here with the speed titles. I do think oh no, neither guy won in 3 minutes. Well, back to the drawing board. It just feels really anticlimactic, And
I just love your nerd voice. It's the best.
It feels anticlimactic. So right. Also, here is a thing that I thought during the show tonight. Oh, what if the real reason that Fraxium is here is because they are going to run afoul of Vanity Project, and we're gonna build to one more time Fraxium versus Swipe Right, because that first match they had when Swipe Right were babies who, like, we had no idea who the hell they were, and that match kicked all kinds of ass, and Fraxium retained. This time you do it again, because who's Swipe Right facing? Nobody. So like you build to that match. That match happens in 2 weeks, because tonight, Swipe Right says some mean stuff to Fraxium, and Fraxium says, "Okay, why don't you put those titles on the line?" And like, well, we don't want to do that. But Robert Stone happens to be walking by. That sounds like a great idea. That's the main event 2 weeks from now. Like, and Swipe Right is pissed about it, but Fraxium gets to have a main event, 20-minute tag team banger at the main event of like 2 weeks ago. Just do it.
2 weeks is far too in advance for Robert Stone to plan something, though.
That's true.
He has to be like, can you do it 20 minutes from now? I'm so nervous. Sorry, guys, I'm just adjusting my heating pad because I'm so young and fresh and youthful.
It's okay.
With my heating pad and my Big Josh cup, everything's going to be okay.
I remember when I saw Big Josh at the Orpheum in 1989. He faced Z-Man, Tom Zink, which was awkward because they used to be the trios champs together, don't you know? Anyway, it is it's funny. We are going to get Romeo Moreno versus Lexus King next week. Something else that happened today is that Tony D'Angelo came to the ring to call out Naraku. But that's the only time he pronounced it that way, so you could tell he was like, damn, that was wrong. Naraku.
It's like when Nikki called Stephanie Vecchio, Stephanie Vecqua, and immediately was like, nope, that was wrong.
So Naraku comes out, this was also when he announced he's facing Cam Hendricks for the title next week, and I was like, why? He pinned Miles Bourne. If he was gonna get to a match with you, why didn't they have him pin you? Like, I don't want to watch you get pinned, but like, shouldn't he have a Miles Bourne title match? What do we even? And then all of a sudden it's like, but I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about Naraku. And so then Naraku comes out and he's like, so what are you doing? I'm actually here to help you. I'm protecting you. We are destined to go to war for that title. No one will take it from you. I will make sure of that until we have our match. And my thing is that, I don't know, get into a tag match with him and pin him yourself, and then you get a title match out of it. I don't know why. I will bide my time. I'm waiting until the middle of July for some reason, and then we'll have a title match. But Cam Hendricks, is it Cam Hendricks? Cam something. His name's Cam. He comes out and he's like, yeah, that's right. I beat two champions. You were in a tag match. You, the other guy who was your partner, did a move to one of them, and then you snaked a pinfall. and what for a guy who is like ostensibly like super cocky and full of himself, they kind of make him into this like chicken shit liar. You know what I mean? Like I would kind of more prefer if like he got the blind tag, then hit his own finisher and pinned him. Because like
I agree.
He is doing the heel thing where they just conveniently don't want to talk about the truth of the thing that happened. And as opposed to like, no, this is the truth. I hit my move on you, I pinned you. I get a title shot. As opposed to my tag partner hit a move on another guy, and I blind tagged in and pinned him off of the other guy's move that he did to the other guy, and so I get a title match against you because I beat you. None of that is true. None of those things are remotely accurate, and I just don't feel like that's the best way to position Cam Hendricks for this match he's going to lose to Tony D'Angelo next week.
Yeah, it's a little tough. This is where the establishing so many guys at once challenge comes in, I think. And it is Cam Hendricks. You got his name right, so touche. But it is it's very hard to create clarity when you're trying to establish so many new guys, but basics like what you just pointed out are a great way to do it. Yeah. Like, just keep everything clean and simple around it, because we just don't know who these guys are, what they're capable of yet. It's hard because it feels like they're trying on multiple personality traits at once with a lot of these guys. We talked about it with Angels the past couple weeks, to see what sticks, because they're all new here. But I don't like when you're two different heels at once. We ran into this problem already with Ethan Page, right? Like him being a chicken shit instead of the heel he was kind of meant to be.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I am intrigued to see what everybody has to offer, because we know so little about these guys. Mm-hmm. And I'm not SP3, as you guys saw last week. That guy is up on. It's disgusting how much wrestling that guy watches.
He's memorized Cam Hendricks' weird little dance that he does when he comes out for a match. Like,
he also knows Mina's dance. I think SP3 is just an artist, to be honest.
He probably is.
He knows the art of dance.
I do voices very accurately, and he does the dances.
Shout out to him for filling in last week too, by the way, and very much appreciated.
That was awesome. That would not have been a pretty episode if I had done it by myself. I would just be like, yeah, this happened and this happened, this happened. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So, but I did like that Tony D is like, hey, you're not cocky, you're confident. I know, I've used that line. Like, he's basically just like, you think you're the first guy to come out here and say, I deserve to be in the main event scene? And I want him to take the next leap and says, that was me 4 years ago. So I know all about you. I know everything because I've been there before. But the thing of it is that I didn't realize 4 years ago I wasn't ready yet. It took me another 4 years to get here. You might be ready in 4 years, but you're not ready now. And I'm going to prove it to you next week. I wanted that connection between the two because Tony D'Angelo was always the guy who came out being like, I should be at the top spot. I know I'm good enough to be there. And he never got a title match for it until one time against Dragunov. It was a really good match, but he wasn't going to beat Dragunov for it. But I wanted that extra little connection. But anyway, Cam Hendricks wants to attack him, and Naraku stops Cam Hendricks from doing so. Later, we see Robert Stone talking to Mason Rook about how, I did the move to the guy, and he staked the pinfall on Miles Bourne. Why does he have a title match? Also, later that night, I beat him up. Why does he have a title match? And Robert Stone is like, look, not for nothing, I agree with you. I don't think he should have a title match. Aren't you the guy who decides these things?
You? Aren't you the feller who decides these things, indeed? I agree with...
If it were up to me, you would have the title match. It is up to you, though. You know?
LeBron gif of him just pointing.
The
Tony D point you made, there's something with Tony D that's really special in the way that he has accrued wisdom over the years. Because he's not the wise old veteran teaching the young kids, but he's been wizened up over the years. You know what I mean? And I think there's something that's so specifically him about the way he exudes his veteran status that nobody else has.
Yeah.
That whenever it peaks out, I'm like more that place. Like there is something very specifically unique to him. Probably because it came through him being a mobster. You know, that's just a little bit different of a vibe than a lot of people around here.
Yeah, not a lot of people come from that world into professional wrestling.
No, it's pretty rare. But yeah, Robert Stone is truly powerless over his own show.
Yeah.
It
is very funny.
Incredible.
But Mason Rook says, maybe I'll get involved in that match and stop it from even happening. And then Naraku shows up and says, you will not get involved. I won't let it happen. And so this is it's a weird mirror image of the women's scene where there's like 5 guys rotating around the title and they're all going to fight each other before one of them ends up fighting. They're only going to fight each other, and eventually all in turn they're all going to fight Tony D, but only one of them is going to beat Tony D, and it's almost certainly going to be Naraku, and he could win it from him, you know, by the 3rd week of June, or it might take until November. You know what I mean? Sure. Like, it just depends on how they decide they're going to put all this together. But I do think it will be Naraku. I do think at this point, it probably, according to the way the crowd is behaving, it probably should be Mason Rook. But we'll see if they can change horses in midstream.
Yeah, that's so. With Mason Rook, I had the same reaction I feel like a lot of people are having, which is there's something really with that guy that people are connected to, and it feels like they're trying to force him to be. It feels like he's meant to be a Keith Lee, and they're forcing him to be like a big, mean, angry guy. That it feels a little forced with like, you're so big and intimidating, where he kind of has like something that's a little bit more lovable, or like that people want to get behind rather than against. So I hope that they go in that direction. I think him versus Naraku, which you and I have no problem saying. I don't know why commentary struggles with this so much. That wasn't meant to be like this. It's just I always think of for all the youngins out there that remember Office Space, Samir Naina Najad. It's not that hard. I'm like, Naraku. It's not that hard to say. But I think that could be a good fit stylistically, and I feel like it could be a good character dynamic as well if they can kind of, with Mason Rook, make the pivots that they need to.
Yeah, so Izzy Dame's like, hey, where's Niko? Where's Shawn? And Nico's like, I don't know, but our match is next. You better be getting ready. And Izzy Dame's like, pfft. And then the match is about to start. O.T.M comes out, and Shawn Spears, by his lonesome, has decided to ambush them with a chair. These men have gigantic backs. Like Raquel Rodriguez is like, these guys got some backs on them.
She trained them probably.
A couple of chair shots, and they're like, well, this match cannot continue. No, I've seen people get absolutely murdered, put through tables, set on fire, and they're like, well, this match will start. We're just going to hold off for a second while the doctor checks on them. They just decided the match is just not happening. Niko Vance was like, why are you doing this? We need to... But it's not like it's a title match or even a number one contenders match. It's just we want to fight O.T.M because we think they're vulnerable. Unilaterally, Shawn Spears decided, it was probably a bad idea to have this meaningless tag match on the same night that Izzy has her title match. So I decided to attack them ahead of time with a couple of chair shots, knowing that the refs were going to call the match off. I probably should have checked in with you, Niko. But I'm just going to stand here and hold my forearms.
If I was a nerd on the internet, which I am, but this isn't the breed of nerd I am, I would be like, we have to have an honest conversation about Niko Vance. I hate when people say that because usually it's something really dumb. Mm-hmm. But what they presented him as to what they've followed through with him as is very different. Because they introduced him like, oh, this guy's the next big thing, and now they're like, he took a couple shots to the back. Like, stop! Like, we never get to see this guy wrestle, and now we do, and we still don't get to see him wrestle. Like,
wait, you're confusing me. Because Niko Vance didn't take any chair shots to the back. O.T.M took the chair shots to the back from Shawn Spears. Niko Vance was like, why are you giving them chair shots to the back?
Yes, he was appalled by the fact that was happening. That's actually worse in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I was like, oh, hey, this is a pretty great idea. Now we've softened them up so we can beat them. And then, and Shawn Spears like, no, we don't want to have the match at all. And I was like, what? Why not want to have the match at all? Oh, because you guys have to be at ringside and be ejected from Izzy Dame's match? That's weird.
My apologies. Yes, my notes were confused, and this was not the most memorable episode of NXT that I've ever seen.
No.
That makes him even more of a chump.
It is a solemn duty that we have to present accurate information to the people who do not watch NXT.
Well, that part's true. I guess they
don't watch the show.
My notes. The thing is, my notes just literally say Niko Vance is a chump. So, like, the autocomplete that I did to get there is that he also took chair shots, because my notes are just disjointed ADHD thoughts. So it says chair shots, Niko Vance is a chump.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not cohesive on my notes here at all.
Yeah. So instead of having that match, there wasn't time to have 3 matches left in the show. Like that, this thing had to be truncated in 30 seconds. Otherwise, they
Yeah.
could not have finished the show on time.
Yeah, it was not the best pacing.
So Sheriff Schreiber talks to Kelly Armstrong. Kelly Armstrong's, I want all the titles. And for some reason, all of the women are walking out of the locker room. Did they all have like a meeting in there? Was there
Yes,
was there just
it's
like
what
a
women. It's what women do.
yeah,
We
this
have
is like
meetings.
this is dude like it's been a long time since I worked in an office. We had huddle time. We would all just stand in a big circle while the boss would just ramble. I didn't know if that was what we were doing in the women's locker room, and then we'd all just kind of wander back to our desks at 10:05.
It's basically like when women go to the bathroom, they have to go together.
okay.
It's the same mentality.
They keep putting Wendy Chu on my screen with her holding the title, but then she's never like talked to or anything, and I'm like, just
My sweet baby Wendy Chu.
the people who have been watching this show for years see Wendy Chu with a title belt on her shoulder and go, well, why can't we like? Then they're like, no, watch Evolve. I'm not watching Evolve. So
No, give her back.
yeah, no, like just at least talk to her. Anyway, Kelly Armstrong says I'm going to win both titles, and then Thea Hale happens to be there. It's like, wow, Callie, you know that is the dream, but it's a lot harder than you think. Like maybe it's a dream for you, but I'm built different, and I wanted like Thea Hale to be like, oh, really? Well, why don't you squash me in 2 minutes next week? That'll show me. But they didn't make the match yet, but I'm pretty sure the match is happening. There was a random thing for like Thea Hale to just be there at all. But I feel bad for Thea Hale.
I know, me too. Like she's another one that, like I said earlier, it feels like they take advantage of people that are perpetually over. They kind of do that with her, but she's not as over anymore now that Chase U's not backing her up. So she just feels, right now she feels very vulnerable via the booking. Not a skill thing, but like the booking has made her feel kind of lame.
Yeah. So Shiloh Hill is like, hey, we need more international flavor in my petition. Oh, look, we need to get more Aussies, says his whiteboard he has in the back of a truck. And he's like, hey, Zarya, will you sign my petition? No, I'm not going to sign that. Your little friend, Tatum, I'm looking for her. I want to beat her up for our title. And he's like, I think you should be more worried about Lizzie Rain. I'm not worried about Lizzie Rain. She was collateral damage. Okay, well, I think you should be like worried about her like right now. And then he leaves, and Lizzie Rain immediately attacks Zarya, and they brawl, and they're separated. And they didn't announce it, but they're having a match next week.
Yes. I feel like also with Shiloh Hill, did you see his big Mr. NXT sign with all this too?
Mm-hmm.
Is Jeremy Lambert going to have to make a whole video of applying to be Mr. NXT?
He should not, because let me tell you that we're going to talk more about this in a second. Shiloh Hill defeats Charlie Dempsey with I don't know, a clever little maneuver, which again, this is the cousin.
My God, he ended him with the clever little maneuver. Someone's finisher should be called that.
So Charlie Dempsey is trying for like a butterfly suplex. And Shiloh kind of like back body drops him, but doesn't let go of him when he does. So he just kind of like lays on his chest and holds his arms in place, and Charlie Dempsey can't kick out. It was when I say clever little maneuver, I was like, this just feels like somebody who has a good understanding of angles and body weight and does not know what wrestling is, would do this to just get a pinfall and move on with their day.
Right.
And this is the cousin of Shiloh Hill doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He just is having fun out there. And also it works into the fact that he's apparently a super genius. If I just do this, I'll be able to pin him, and then I can get back to getting signatures for my petition. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
It doesn't feel like he was out there having fun. I want to see more of this from him. I loved the idea of him being like, well, if I just do this and I lay on him and I hold his arms in place, he can't kick out. 1, 2, 3. Huh, that worked. Cool. That's the whole thing that felt like the end of this match to me, which I love because nobody else does stuff like this. Like it did not look like an actual counter to anything. It was just like, well, he's trying to do this to me. What if I did this? Oh, if I hold his arms in place, he can't kick out. I won. Awesome. Like that to me is absolutely who Shiloh Hill should be, which would also make him so much more frustrating for all the guys who hate him. Is that he's not even doing wrestling and he's winning that. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah.
There's a couple of times I feel like this was a scripted version of something that I see in wrestling organically, and it's usually when people are calling matches on the fly. There was this one time, I have to give credit to Chris Jericho for something. I'm so sorry. I know that's painful for you. But CM Punk had him in the Anaconda Vice, and he just kicked him. Because he was like, well, my legs are free. And you could see, it was in the WrestleMania match too, and you could see on Punk's face him having the human wrestler reaction of, why didn't anybody else ever do this to me before?
Yeah.
This almost felt like that. I've seen this with FTR a couple times because I believe they're call matches on the fly with people when they can stuff. Of that human moment of just figuring something out. Danielson and NZSJ is obviously an example of this too.
Yeah.
Brian Danielson told me in the presser, no big deal. So I loved it because it felt like a wrestling match real reaction. And I also love the point that you made about like one thing that's special with Shiloh Hill is the super intelligence aspect. So many times we see these unhinged characters and their intelligence level is it's not always that they're dumb, but it's not feeding something like bigger, right? Like it's anytime you meet a super genius or you see a super genius character presented, they're also usually a little out of their mind, right? And we don't get to see that in wrestling where they're also really smart. So I like your call on that. This faction on the other side of things, like Ariana Venti, our sweet Ariana Venti, lost her Knockouts title. Lexis King has a title that doesn't mean anything. I hate saying I'm concerned because it's wrestling and it doesn't actually affect my life. But like I'm concerned that Charlie Dempsey is no better off now than he was a year and a half ago. Like that kind of stuff, like when you look at big picture stuff, I'm like, okay, what are we doing with Charlie Dempsey then? Because he's great in the ring. If you're having character concerns about him, like, is there a manager? Is there whatever? Because like this, he feels like such an outcast next to like Stax and Ariana and whatever. Playing with no MDR.
Charlie Dempsey just needs to work for another company that actually gives a damn about technical wrestling, because that's what he does. He's a mat technician. He's very, very good at it, but they're never going to want that guys to do that. And this is the thing that I was just thinking of. His father's right there. Is right effing there. Like the idea of William Regal molding his own son to become the closest thing in 2026 to what William Regal was in 1997. Like, why is that not plan A? Why has that not been plan A for literally years? Like, you could absolutely build a whole like the North American title division should just be about Charlie Dempsey holding that title and stretching out everybody who comes after him for the title. And anytime he comes close to losing, he gets slapped in the mouth by his own father on national television. You know what I mean? Like, and until finally he resents it enough that he breaks away from his father. But like, that can actually, like, that could be a thing that we could do. They were doing this thing where like Gunther apparently was wrestling so his father would love him more. Remember that weird like 4 weeks where that was his character?
Yes.
Why not do that, but with Charlie Dempsey and his actual father, who is, I cannot stress this enough, also employed by this company. It's like it's right,
And
it's right there.
Famously, like, Alex, I don't know if you know this, but I mentioned this a little earlier on this podcast. I had the Zack Sabre Jr. kid. I kind of like him, and I remember hearing him in an interview a long time ago say, like, when you are a mat technician or a technical wrestler or whatever, like, it's so important to have such a strong character because the entry point for a wrestling fan does not usually find technical wrestling very exciting, right? Like, the entry point, when you're more into wrestling and you are advanced in it, like, that's when it becomes your favorite shit, maybe. But, like, William Regal was such a character and also a mat technician. There's a reason ZSJ is telling everyone to dial down the center 1-800-DICKHEAD, right? Like, there's Norman Smiley, right? Like, when you are incredibly technical, it's so important to have that offset by something so that you are able to reach the most accessible wrestling fans. And in NXT, that's like the most important, I feel like, based on their presentation and who they're attracting to the product. So, like, even just from the character side, you would think you'd want to involve William frickin' Regal, Lord Regal, right? Like, because he's a master at that exact thing of being able to blend that style with a character of characters, right? Like, so it's almost more important when you're a mat technician that you have that side of you.
Like, and I mean, at the risk of losing one of the best nicknames we've ever had, Ponytail Mustache needs to lose both the ponytail and the mustache. Get a buzz cut, bleach it, and become his father. He should be Brogan Finley. And
can you believe this shit? Absolutely not. I will not stand for this. He needs to cut both his ponytail and his mustache. What happened to Alex? If we were on Tomodachi Island right now, I'd turn you back into a kid. I would like rub your head or whatever and turn you back into a kid. Cut your ponytail and your mustache. Alexander. I'm not going to say your middle name, Pulowski, but I think I remember it.
I just think that if you actually were to pair a drastically redesigned Uriah Connors with Charlie Dempsey, make him Charles Regal and make him Brogan Finley and pair them together as because I honestly feel like there's a lot of really cool stuff that
Legacy
that Ponytail Mustache does in the ring. Give him the old Oni Lorcan run as fast as I can at you and elbow you in the face vibes, and pair that with Charlie Dempsey stretching people out. I think that's nobody else in WWE is coming any close to what that is. And I think the thing about WWE is that they would do really well to decide that we ran all the real wrestling fans away out of our product. They're gone now. But the way that AEW has to appeal to the casuals, I feel like if they did a few acts across all three brands that appealed to the hardcore fans, people would find it and be like, what the hell is this? This wasn't happening in WWE when I stopped watching. This is cool. I like this. You know what I mean? You can actually.
I got a better idea.
You know,
Take those two,
Mhm.
put them under masks.
Mhm.
Legacanos.
Yes.
Technicanos. Nailed it. No, I love this idea. Put them with Noam Dar. Leading the way. If
Dar,
Kevin Owens
you
isn't solving my problems, Noam Dar is solving my problems.
You like silly Noam Dar, and that's kind of the opposite of the vibe I'm talking about here for these two guys.
I like Noam Dar, so.
Right. Yeah.
However, I get more Noam Dar. No, I think sincerely, like I do love my silly Noam. He fits the mold of what I was just talking about, of being technical and needing a big personality to offset it. Mm-hmm. But I would love a sincere Noam Dar. I think that could be really, really good. And he's the kind of guy that like genuinely could take these guys under his wing. But if I don't think Kevin Owens is the solution to a problem in WWE, I think Noam Dar is. That's just my philosophy on things.
Anyway, after this match, we stopped talking about 10 minutes ago. Tristan Angels comes out and announces that Robert Stone has agreed to have an actual Mr. NXT pageant in 2 weeks. And either there are going to be way more contestants than there need to be, or it's just going to be Tristan Angels versus Shiloh Hill. That is going to be must-see review, because I'm going to be so upset that I had to watch it. There's going to be a swimsuit competition. The only thing that's saving this is that Shiloh Hill's going to be in it. There will not be a swimsuit competition, but Shiloh Hill will insist on having a one-man swimsuit competition. It'll be like, that is going to be amazing. So, like, look for that. So,
I don't be mad. I'm excited to see it because I think Shiloh Hill can pull it off.
I think Shiloh Hill can pull it off. I think the creative staff is going to do everything in their power to make it impossible to watch, and he's going to try and save it. I don't know if he'll be able to, because I think that's how bad the creative for it will be.
There's only one way to find out. Tune in next Tuesday.
No, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks.
Tune in 2 Tuesdays from now.
2 Tuesdays from now. Izzi Dame was really mad at Shawn Spears for ruining a match she didn't want him to have.
Correct.
Could you just pick one, Izzi? I know you can't, because they've written you to be contradictory, but just pick one. Pick one. Sure. Pick a thing. Are you mad at him for having the match, or mad at him for not having the match?
She's mad at him for not having the match.
Right.
That's because she's mad.
Yeah.
You know those women, Alex. They're so irrational.
Yeah, I know. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Lola Vice beats Izzi Dame. The other two guys got ejected while I wasn't watching. And they must have done something at ringside to get themselves ejected, which I'm sure really pisses off Izzi Dame that happened. There was a ref bump where the ref
not the best one,
not the best looking ref bump. He took one of her little weird Claymore knees that she does, Izzi Dame, and then she got back fisted, and there was, I don't know, like it probably like a 12 count. Would have been there had the referee, been there on time.
He wasn't knocked out was the problem. Like, he was not.
Yeah. So
this didn't go right.
O.T.M. fought them off is the thing that happened. I was not watching during that time. But I guess that does make sense. They do the ref bump, and then she gets back fisted, and then the referee finally makes it over there to count the 1, 2, 3, but it really was like 12 or 15 by the time he actually made the thing. and then Vic Joseph is and she kicks out. She kicks out at 15 or whatever. But the Vic Joseph makes a big deal. Oh my God, Book! We've never seen anybody kick out of the back fist before. It's because it was like a 12 or 15 count.
Yeah.
Are we watching the same match, Vic?
We still haven't.
You're sitting at ringside. I don't know how we're not watching the same match. But she ends up getting backfisted again. There's another weird spot with the belt that goes awry for Izzi Dame, and then she gets backfisted again, and this time she does not kick out of the pin. So Izzi Dame gets her a big title match against Lola Vice and just loses.
The ref bump was a bummer to me because he was just, it just didn't work. Like he was not knocked out enough to have missed this much time of this.
Yeah.
But this was a TV title defense and it's fine. Mm-hmm. Like the big thing here is the Culling is en route to breaking up. So that's fine. The result was never in doubt, so it kind of just was what it was. But I will say, like, it's refreshing to see these names at the top of the card because it felt like there was a logjam there for a little bit. I was really hoping this title reign. Lola is great in the ring. I genuinely really like watching her wrestle. This has done nothing from a character standpoint to make her feel more established or give her more depth, and I feel like she desperately needs it to get to the next level of what she needs to do. In ring, she is like beyond there. She's very compelling to watch. So it is what it is. I don't know do we know what's next for Lola Vice?
Kelani Jordan,
That seems
Kendal Gray, right? Callie Armstrong, any number of women that.
Kelani to me is in that Jaida camp though of like the next title shot she's got to win. Like there's just too many times we've gone to the well.
Mm-hmm. She's obviously got the biggest reason to have it now. I don't know why. So what we're gonna do is gonna do Kelani versus Kendal. Kendal wins that. Like, if Kendal gets a title shot against Lola Vice, she's also got to win. If Callie Armstrong gets a title shot against Lola Vice, she's also got to win. Like this screams fatal 4-way, and something rando happens that allows Lola to retain, and then after that she gets singles matches against these women, and again more ridiculous shenanigans happen to keep her the challenge. The title.
Sure.
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Okay. We have lots of things to read, so we're gonna do this. Jeremy Lambert should be Mr. NXT. Yes, I'm yelling.
Yes, of course.
Tom Lavallee. I mean, it should be Shiloh Hill. I don't know. He's the only one really running for it, but I get it.
It should be Jeremy Lambert. Get out of town.
Yeah.
First you're advocating for ponytails and mustaches to be gone. Now you're like, it should be Shiloh Hill over Jeremy. It should be Jeremy.
All right. Well, he should probably start people signing his petition. Did Mike Tyson sign his petition?
I don't know.
Did he even go to theater camp with Timothy Chalamet? Come on.
Tune in to In the Weeds every morning from 10 a.m. to noon on Fightful Overbooked to find out if Jeremy's petition got signed by Timothy Chalamet and Mike Tyson and Derek Jeter. And the starting lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Greg Cherry Brand says, on a serious note, my buddy Niko just got out of the hospital from diverticulitis, and he watches Yen sometimes. So glad he healed from that. And Kate is healing from her diverhipulitis.
Diverticulitis is more serious than diverticulitis. So on a sincere note, we're very glad to hear that and hope that he continues to heal. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Thank you, Greg, always for your support. But I hope nobody targets your friend Niko's. Keep him away from AEW for a while because those heels are just going to be... Or let him get kidnapped by Jon Moxley and he'll teach him how to get strong.
Yeah.
But
Diverticulitis, obviously more serious than diverticulitis, but not as serious as diverneculitis.
of course, yeah.
Because if they have to operate, they have to remove 3 feet of your neck, and that is rough.
You don't want that.
Tim McFall says, late to the party, I was on cloud 9 from the return of my protostar and the announcement of Redemption. I could ask how NXT was, but I'd rather invite y'all to Montreal in July so I can show my city off.
I have a theory, not in the Bob O'Neill way. I have a theory that this pay-per-view is named Redemption because Hangman is going to cost MJF against Kenny Omega. That is my theory.
I mean, yes. It's a good theory.
Thank you.
Okay.
Double or Nothing was hot. Hot paper.
Was all puns. Wait. There's so many good puns, you guys. You guys are awesome. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything that is not a pun. Ryan Cicchini says that Layla Diggs' theme actually has personality to it. I will fully cop to not being in the room when that was playing. I do not know anything about her.
Well, Dev Rebel didn't
theme.
write it, so.
Well, there you go. That would actually check out then. We're talking about how you should be a conformist and not be a rebel and subscribe.
To
but
YouTube.
Tom Lavelle says, don't be a rebel, but prayers for rebel. FALS. ALS is so scary. And
so scary.
yes,
Our thoughts
prayers
go
up
out to
for
her. Very cool of Tony Khan to donate the next proceeds of the next Fight for the Fallen to ALS. I think that's a really special choice that they made. But our best go out to Rebel.
Yeah, for sure. Greg Cherry says, hello, SGS. I signed the petition for Shiloh to be Mr. NXT, but I am submitting a formal notice that he has yet to explain the fog. We'll follow up. So
that is a formal warning.
Mean Remus says, I'm just here for the shenanigans and an update on the burn notice review. Let us crank. My nationals are somehow over 500 with a payroll of 1 Soto.
Congrats to them. I'll get suckered into burn notice. My cousin's birthday is around the corner, so we'll have to do that, Alex, sooner than later.
That, I guess. Yeah. I think that's all of the non-puns or singy ones. Okay, here we go.
Non-puns.
Greg Cherry says Spaghetti Stampede.
Very nice.
Ian Rigatoni. Mike Shutt says title versus angel hair match.
Very nice.
Rigatoni Storm from
Very nice.
Lieutenant Photo. Spoiler alert, that is not the only Rigatoni Storm we got this time. Greg Cherry says Ravioli Anderson.
That's very good.
Action Spaghetti from Lieutenant Photo. Greg Cherry says Red Velveeta.
Very nice.
If you're going to an Italian restaurant that is using Velveeta, you are going to the wrong Italian restaurant.
Well, we didn't say it was Italian restaurants. We said Italian.
I'm just letting you know. Just
no, that's fair.
Back away slowly from the restaurant if they're pulling out Velveeta.
Especially Red
Raphael. Rafael Garcia says well, it's the big elbow penne alla vodka. And Orzos.
That's really good.
Centric Mayhem says Farfalle's Count Anywhere match.
Very good.
Lieutenant Photo says eggplant Parmesan Michaels. Meat Normus says Oba Penny. Keith
Very good.
Ravioli. Rigatoni D'Angelo. Tortellini of the Islands. Ravioli Moriarty. Pesto El Cerro Marinara. Alfredo Snow and Parmesan Michaels.
Very nice.
Let's see. This is such a good one from Mike Shutt too. Katsuyori Chibata.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's very
really
good.
Great. Greg Cherry says Sol Bucatini.
Very
Sol
nice.
Bucatini. Not GG Dolan, but ZT Dolan from Greg Cherry. Dashed Hope says collar and elbow tie up. So good.
That's classic.
This is great. One winged angel hair.
Very good.
Farfalle from Grace. Soprasini Stasher. Lemon pesto steppers. Tony Bolognese. And Spaghetti Kingston.
Very nice.
Partner.
Potter.
Meat Normus says
He liked the
fraud.
Threads post of mine.
Oh my
We're
God.
basically married.
Crowding up LeBrown, Thatcher's Catch Cannoli Wrestling. No one is ready for pasta. Sheeter Yuta. Marinara Fear. Ricotta Shea. Al dente Snow.
Noodles.
Noodles. That's such a great one. That's a
awesome.
wonderful. That's a wonderful like little kids joke about WWE wrestlers like that. You know they have to like make like a little paperback book of like 101 jokes about WWE wrestlers for kids. One of them was like, what did Tiffany Stratton get at the Japanese restaurant? Noodles.
I have a friend who was very kind to me for my birthday who hooked me up with tickets from the Somerset Patriots who said his daughter calls Samoa Joe Tomato Joe from when he got busted open and was bleeding because he's got like that round head. So it's Tomato Joe now. It's the same kind of vibe.
Nice.
I like it.
Lieutenant Photo says the young Bucatinis. Greg Cherry says Madison Square Olive Garden.
No, we said Italian food, not Olive Garden.
Greg Cherry says fettuccine Algredo. Meat Norma says Big Van Grader, Claudio Romano, and Spaghetti Kingston. Spaghetti
Very
Kingston's
good.
very, very good.
Potter.
Meat Norma says Orzo, Amore, and Big Casserole. It's a nudie day. Tom Valley says Katsuyori Chibata and Kenta Kawatapi.
Very nice.
Greg Cherry says Bowtie Gillinger
Very good.
and Shano Mac and Cheese.
I'm shocked that he sent that one. Be honest.
He would never. Electric Mayhem says Diana Porozzo.
Very good.
Sol Ruca de Beppo and Ricotta Che.
Very good.
Silvertip Scimitar says Bowtie Mellow Pasta.
Very nice.
Colt Carbonara. Boom Boom Colt Carbonara. Queen Amata Rishanya. I don't know. Amata Rishanya. Richana?
Amatriciana.
Amatrichan. Daniel Gracia. Lord Alfredo. Giovanni Pesto Al Genovese. And Christian Cajun Pasta. Ooh, Cajun Pasta.
Nice.
Let's see here. Meet Nermus says Star Boyardi Charlie, Romesco Reigns, and Maya Twirl. Louisville says Olive Morgarden and Mercedes Spumone.
These are very good tonight. You guys are killing it.
Silvertip Scimitar says Rigatoni Storm and Ravioli Anderson. Genetic Mayhem says Bruschetta Creed, the Beast Mortadella, and Takakata.
Very nice.
Meat Normus says $1 Million Manicotti, and the God Farfalle. Let's see here. We got Greg Cherry says lasagna.
These are very good tonight.
Lasagna. That's very funny. Greg Cherry also says, last one. We heard people. We heard people. We heard people. We heard people. Meet Norma says Claudio Cannelloni and Big Pappardelle Pump. Nice. And this is actually one of my favorites from Tunnel Valley. AJPW founder Giant Baba Ghoul.
That's very nice. Well done.
Okay. Look, yeah, we only got 2 jukeboxes here. Three jukeboxes. One of them here for Kate, of course. Jack Mayhem says Nathan Frazer back again on NXT television sings Seagulls Stop It Now. Okay, here we go. Seagulls Stop It Now lyrics. Okay. Over here. Do one of these. And, okay. Rockin' and rollin', down to the beach I'm strolling, but the seagulls poke at my head. Not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now. Everyone told me not to stroll on that beach, said, seagulls gonna come, poke me in the coconut, and they did. And they did. Going like, nothing I could do but yell when these birds attacked me. When I tried to run, I fell. And then these kids start laughing and then got hit in the neck with a hacky sack. Where'd it come from? Gonna run, jump. I can be a back while you run. Run, jump and stop, put me down. Yeah, I love to groove and boogie. Yeah, great. Show you some dance moves? No, I don't want you to. If I heard your giant feet out there on the beach, could have outrun those birds. You're a psycho wiener. Let me grab my beater. And Bob's your uncle.
I'll be honest. I'm mostly just waiting for the Bob's your uncle. I enjoy the whole ride. But like if you just went through the song and didn't say Bob's your uncle, I'd be very upset.
Rafael Garcia.
We can't talk about this because he keeps adding us.
Linda and Sheila talk about Matt Hardy and Joel Pearl. So this is definitely going to be a have you heard, and Linda hasn't heard.
Okay. Linda mode activate.
Hello?
Have you heard?
I have not heard. I've been totally unplugged from everything going on.
There is so
What's
much
happened?
to catch you up
on.
Well,
tell me what's going on. What's going on?
You know the Joel Pearl that works at the Fightful and the Fightful Over book.
Such a nice Jewish boy.
Such a nice young boy. He covers the TNA.
Yes.
The TNA, he's covered it since it was the Impact. He's been covering the TNA Impact for a very long time.
It's a wonder he hasn't jumped off a bridge. You know what I mean?
It is a wonder.
It's a wonder.
Oh my gosh, was I broken just then? What just happened?
I don't know what happened.
Something happened on the Twitter about the tag team wrestling. They were talking about marquee matches being tag matches, and Joel Pearl said the last time TNA tried to do one, it was that stupid Dudley Boys versus Matt.
The Dudley Boys. That bully Ray.
That bully Ray is something else.
He's on
that LFG, and I say,
you know what I don't like? Bullies. You know who else I don't like? Raymonds. I don't like Raymonds.
Everybody loves Raymonds.
Everybody loves Raymond. I said, no, I don't. I don't. Every Raymond I've ever met has been
not
terrible.
Me.
Just awful. I do not like Raymond, so I don't like bullies and I don't like Raymonds. And so Bully Ray is out with me.
Remember Mary's son Raymond, who lived down the street from you?
Don't
get me
He's
started.
a number one on the list of
Oh.
Raymonds I do not like.
The worst. Well, he called this match stupid, and Matt Hardy is not pleased and wants Joel to defend his answer. But Joel said, I defended my answer in the entire build to this match. I'm not going to retread the water. And the Matt Hardy has made a video about this. The Matt Hardy has invited him on the Busted Open about this. And the Joel Pearl said, you know what, I'm going to stay out of it. But the Matt Hardy keeps tagging him and keeps tagging the old Fightful account. And we've all just kind of moved on 10 months ago when this match was being built and happened.
Listen, Matthew Hardy, listen, this is some advice from your Aunt Linda. Let it go. Bubba,
Make like Frozen.
You don't need to anymore. Like, listen, it's one man's opinion, one man's correct opinion, mind you, but it is just one man's opinion. Let it go. Let it go. I'm sure there are veritably dozens of people in this world who liked that match, and just focus on that. Focus on the positives. You know what I'm saying?
I think you have to, as an artist, understand that people are going to be receptive of your work, and then other people are not going to be receptive of your work as much. And
yes.
The Joel Pearl was not so receptive of this match. But I think you're right to quote the great movie musical Frozen, and make like Elsa and just let it go.
That's right. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Here's what I don't like about that situation. I understand both viewpoints. I don't like that Joel Pearl is that powerful. He should not be getting under anybody's skin for multiple days.
Yeah.
I don't want him. He's gonna have an ego about this. That Joel.
Yeah. That's the other thing is this is why it's really great for me to not be on social media. I don't know what wrestlers I'm pissing off with any of my takes. You know what I mean? So it's always nice to not know.
Well, we knew of one.
But yeah, just one of them.
That one was so funny though. Oh man. Yeah, we talked about it behind the paywall. That's paywall information, baby.
Paywall
You checked that out yesterday.
Anyway. Hello, it's me. I don't have a thing to sing, but I'll introduce the other one for the thing. My boy is going over to Italy. The Faith Gunther. That is. We'll have to wait and see how that's going to work. You know what they say about my boy Cody Rhodes? He is easy to find and hard to beat. Is that what it is? Something like hard man is good to find. I forget what he said, but
I thought you were gonna say that. You know what they say about Cody Rhodes? I was gonna say that he's the Leonardo of this shit.
Oh, he is indeed that. That is everybody knows that part, so that's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to the Great Beyond now and do the thing. We've been doing this show for too long.
Okay.
All right. Okay, here we go. I'm back.
Very low key casual.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Ricky?
I'm fine. Sympathy for the devil.
Do you have any sympathy for Maxwell Jacob Friedman?
Well, sure. They were going to cut his hair. As a man who's very attached to his own hair, I can know how I could never do that. That would really ruin my whole vibe.
Yeah. And you get into precarious situations sometimes, but I don't think that one is one that you have to worry about.
No, not like that. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul and faith. I was around with Jesus Christ at his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his fate. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I thought I was done for a change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia, screamed in vain. I rode a tank out of general's rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the body stank. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. Oh, yeah. What's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
It was. All right, well, there's no easy way to transition out of this, so I'm just going to use Dusty. Hello, it's me again. I'm back. Alex remembered he promised to do something earlier, so he's going to do that now.
Oh, okay.
Hi. So I went to the store today.
Oh, that's right. The unwrapping.
Yeah, the
unwrapping of it all.
The unwrappings. In the clearance section of the toys in the toy aisle has these little squishable WWE figures and you don't know which one it is.
Splat them all?
It says splat them all, and you can get either Cody Rhodes, The Rock, LA Knight, John Cena, Jey Uso, or a guy that does not look like Randy Orton, but is supposed to look like he's supposed to be Randy Orton. So we're opening this one right now to see who it is. It is LA Knight. It is LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight's been splatted. Hold on. Let's see if we can get LA Knight. LA Knight. I splatted his face too much.
Yeah, he's a little inverted.
He's weird looking. But I'm glad I got it. He does not. These do not mold very well, but it'll be a lot of really good, just like fidgeting thing to do. That's good for that. Let's see. Hopefully
it is a good stimming thing.
It is. Hopefully we don't get any duplicates. Those are the ones I don't want. Ooh, oh gosh, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna save that one for last. Let's see. Here, another one. Who'd we get? Oh, guys. We got The Rock. We got the final boss himself.
Him having kind of a splatty head works because of the eyebrow situation.
He is incredibly splatty, this is it's very odd.
These
stuff
are weird. What's inside?
These are very weird. I don't know. I have nuclear waste. I have no idea what's in here. I have no idea what's in this thing. It doesn't feel like anything of this earth. I don't hold on, let's just see.
Is it like a Stretch Armstrongy thing, or is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It feels odd in the inside. Let's see. Hold up and let's see.
Is it like beanie?
It's kind of. I don't know. So the other one that I didn't want to show earlier is John Cena. So here's the John Cena, and the reason I didn't want to show that earlier is because this is the perfect tie in to the other thing I bought on the clearance rack, which is this little guy. It has sound effects.
You're doing the punching with your thumbs?
Yes.
Is there a button you're pressing, or are you in the midst?
It's like a little thing on its the triggers on
a
the
little
back.
release. Okay.
Yeah.
If we're being so for real, I feel like I would find him in the next man sweater. This does not feel like John Cena very much, but I love it. I like the bell ringing.
Yeah. I do like that. This does feel like this should be Shane McMahon because of the punches.
I was gonna say the thing with Cena, he's not known for his punching. Maybe it's less punching and more five knuckle shuffling. Okay, well if it's got John Cena versus Alexi. That match has to go down. You're gonna have to get real ambidextrous.
It will. That's behind the paywall though.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's paywall content. That's a pay-per-view, is what that is.
Yeah, you're gonna have to build that match for 8 months.
Yeah. This rules though. He looks not like a white guy.
No, he doesn't.
Kind of Hispanic John Cena is a little weird.
I'm a Latino. Keep cool, Gabagool.
Yeah.